Welcome back to Dow Twang. I'm Dave. Got kind of a weird angle here today. It's my usual setup, but I pulled it in a little bit and I tilted it down a little bit. Make sure you can see the full range of my strumming hand on this one, because this is going to be a rhythm lesson, and it's a blues piece. Um, it's in C. It's a 12-bar blues, and it's kind of a funky, rhythm that I'm playing. It's at 99 beats per minute. It's not real fast, but there's a lot of action on the strumming hand. Okay, so I'm going to break that down for you, and I'll probably do another video. Well, for sure, coming up soon where we play some licks over this and stuff. But in the process of making this backing track and kind of with all that in mind, I stopped at some point and I was like, okay, let's just do one on the rhythm. People ask about this all the time. It's important. It's fun. It's what you need to be doing before you jump in with all the soloing and the licks and stuff. And with so much stuff out there on this channel and elsewhere on YouTube, um, it's just like get right to the licks, and that's what everybody wants. And sometimes we're maybe fighting an uphill battle because we haven't really even gotten in the groove. And we're already trying to sort of play into the groove, but haven't even internalized that. Okay. So there's my little, lecture on why you need to practice rhythm, I guess, right? Not going to take up time with announcements today. It's Facebook, Patreon, private lessons. It's all in the description section. There, let's go. So let's put this track on and just get warmed up. Do your own thing at first, but just listen to it if you want. Play along. Okay, there's a little bit of it. And I'll have some of this at the end of this lesson for you to practice with too. Now, I'm just going to break this down. For the most part, we're just going to be slowing it down, right? And talking a little bit about it. I'm not going to do a lot of hardcore counting verbally and stuff because I think sometimes that may or may not be the language that you really work within. So hopefully just the demonstration method will allow everybody to kind of process this in their own way. But slowing it down is the key. So a couple things to mention, just, kind of generally speaking, I guess, is that a lot of rhythms have sort of a constant movement of the strumming hand. Right? And I've mentioned this before about the drum kit, and a snare and one and a right? So, however you're internalizing this stuff, get that toe tap and get those shoulders loosened up and let your body be part of this whole thing, right? This isn't something that you can do just from here down and here up, right? There's a whole bunch of stuff in between, and it's all got to be connected. So, what I'm doing here is I'm going. Now, one thing you can do is take a look at what emphasized hits in the pattern have upstrokes and downstrokes. Okay. And the other thing that's really important, it's hard to see this when you're watching a video, is that I'm squeezing when I want the sound to come out. Right? So you could almost, right? And, I like to kind of, scat sing it, or just I just like to use any of the different centers in my brain to, get my mind around a rhythm. But I do that, right in conjunction with, you know, my hand, but I'll sing it. Ding, ba, ba, ba. Okay. Now, this uh, strum pattern that I'm using, this rhythm pattern that I'm using for my right right hand, well, for both, but the groove is like two, bracketed versions that alternate. So the first one's that last emphasized hit is on the down, and then I go. Okay, so I kind of just keep that going and do an upbeat. Okay. I'll tell you the exception to that is when it goes up to the 5 to the 4, they don't hold long enough to do it 2 times around. So I just kind of split that across both of them. But the rest of it, it's those two back to back. And I just kind of do a syncopated thing on the end there. You can kind of do your own thing for that ending one, right? But you can hear it in there. You can take it out of my arrangement also. But I'm skipping the downbeat on that. I'm going ba 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 boom boom dot 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 down, right? Like a horn player's sense of rhythm on that last measure, right? And that's when just going up for the turnaround on the bar 12 of the 12 bar pattern. So let's put the track back on. Go at your own speed. I'm just going to put it on for one time around, and we're going to kind of break it down a little bit more, and then we'll get you to the practice loop. And we got to see where we're at. That's the 5 and 4. 2, 3, 4. Ba, ba, ba. This is fun. I know soloing's fun, but we're missing out on some fun. Really get into this. So here's another thing that I think could be of help is let's slow it back down. Well, sometimes when I slow it down, I kind of, it kind of falls apart for a second. So, okay. Hear that? Every time there's a downbeat coming, right? Because it's always. But that's kind of like where the cam catches the flywheel or whatever. I don't know my car parts that well. I'm sorry, but that right. That's what puts it in the right slot. Right. You can almost do that at the beginning of your pattern instead of kind of stabbing at the one the first time. Hope this helps. Go slow, take your time. Don't do this all at once either. You know, watch this, practice it for a while, do something else, come back an hour later, do it again, right? Sometimes your mind and your ear will your this rhythm stuff it plays tricks on you. You'll be doing it and you're just like, "Wait a second, I'm off." Don't get aggravated, you know, by kind of forcing it like that. Listen to it, watch parts of the video without playing, right? Use verbal, mimicking of the groove. That's probably one of the strongest things you can do. And then take your time. It'll work out. Be patient. All right. Appreciate you. I'll talk to you next time.